Good morning. Welcome to your Sunday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. A little bit late, actually, and there's a reason for that. We went for our walk this morning and decided that I was going to push the limits with which I was comfortable because it's all about coming out of the box right now and transformation, right? We had transformation yesterday, and so I decided we were going to walk around. Good morning to whomever's here. Might be Cindy. We'll see. Walk around through. Yep. Good morning. Good morning. Walk around through where the football field is, and we're coming across the football field, and I'm getting slower and slower and slower, and my feet are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It was total mud. So by the time we managed to skirt the rest of the football field and get off onto the track, my feet were probably about 3 times as big as they usually are, and so stomped most of the way home, and then I had to rinse them off in the sink, and they're still not looking too good. But so that was my foray into pushing my limits today. Kind of funny, I think. So we have a card from the Native Spirit deck, Denise Lynn. Denise Lynn has been around quite a few times lately this week, which is good. A couple of different decks, but today it's Native Spirit. And this card is perfect. This card is absolutely perfect, as they always are, right? So here we are, Spirit of Fire. Spirit of Fire, and it shows a sacred fire on the beach, and the sun looks like setting, would be my guess. So let's take some nice deep breaths. Settling into the moment. Ready for the message. And I hear my dog mauling the Lion King out there. He found a stuffy and he is having at it. Dog, really. Okay. So listen with the intuitive part of yourself that knows what part of this message is meant for you today. I know which part is meant for me. It's actually the first 3 or 4 sentences. Surprise, surprise. Welcome to whomever's here. Carolyn's here. Good morning, good morning. We have Spirit of Fire today. Spirit of Fire. So, card meaning, transformation. Didn't we just have that? It's knocking again. Take risks. Face your fears. Even if you get muddy, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Break out of your old patterns and conventions. Just because you've always done something in the past doesn't mean that you need to continue to do it in the future. So right now, let something pop into your mind that is one of those things. One of those we've always done it this way, or I've always done it things that maybe you're ready to take a look at and say, yeah, but not this time. Try something new. Change your routines or habits. So we changed our routine today, took a little different route, ended up full of mud, but it doesn't matter. We did it. That was something different. And that was before reading the card, which I think is just hilarious. Reach out in new directions. The Thunderbird is rising in you. Out of the ashes come new growth and new beginnings. Did we not have the Phoenix yesterday? I mean, here's the message. Are we listening? Good morning, Mary. Welcome. Glad you are here. Your native spirit wants you to know. In native cultures, fire was thought to be a gift from the Creator that carried the power of renewal. Fire can maintain life and it can destroy life. It is the warmth of the tribal fire, but it's also the thundering lightning bolt cast down from the sky. It can purify and transform, and it can annihilate. Fire represents your life force, the spark of life within you, and also the pure white light within you. The Spirit of Fire invites you to take some risks and face your fears. Take some risks and face your fears. We often are reacting to situations because of preconditioned responses. We were certainly hearing about that in the book we were working on, right? That we bring to each communication all of our baggage. And so do all the other communicators. No wonder we get messed up, right? Let's see. I'm going to read that line again. We often are reacting to situations because of preconditioned responses based on our self-generating definition of self. Every time you change an old habit, even changing to a different breakfast food, it helps you begin to step out of a limiting definition of self. It also helps you step out of rote patterns. We have habits because it makes life easier for us. We can go on autopilot and just do them. That's the upside. The downside is there's no new information coming in. It's just the same old, same old, same old. So we need to find that balance between enough innovation to keep things interesting and the habit patterns that make our lives a little easier. Purification by fire creates transformation. So I have this awesome audio. I'm trying to remember who it's by. Anyway, it's a shamanic journey, and the gist is you step into these purple flames, and it cleanses you of everything that you no longer need, which is pretty cool. Take care to keep your energy in balance. Fire that burns too brightly burns out, but a fire that's left to smolder dies. So we need the right amount of air and the right amount of movement. Same for us. We need the right amount of air, the right amount of movement. The journey. When you first awaken in the morning, focus on the emerging sunlight. Well, we're awakened, but there's no sunlight yet, so we still have time to do this one. Imagine that you are breathing in that light. Gaze unblinkingly into a candle flame and focus your awareness on the inner flame within you. By doing this, you're activating the spirit of fire that dwells within you and around you. So here's the part where it has you imagine being these. So let's just do this one because I really like this one. So I want you to close your eyes. Not if you're driving. Close your eyes. Some nice deep belly breaths. I want you to imagine yourself as the candle flame. And perhaps it's just a still little undulating flame. Perhaps it's a flickering flame because there's a breeze. But just be that candle flame. Be that inner flame. Notice what that feels like to be the candle flame. Now be a campfire, bonfire. I'm going to add one in here. Be a sacred fire, which is different than a campfire. They may look the same, but they're different. A sacred fire, one that's designed to connect to the divine. Messages being sent up on the smoke. Be that sacred fire. What do you notice about that one? Be a forest fire. Forest fires can be useful. Oftentimes I have a friend who was a forester, and she said 3 years after a forest fire, the blueberries are fantastic. Be electricity. Be electricity. So maybe you imagine that as a light bulb. Maybe it's one of those decorative bulbs where you can actually see the filament within. Be electricity. Be lightning. Be lightning. Be that jagged bolt of lightning. Be the sun. The source of light. Be the sun. And I'm going to flip it on its ear just a little bit. This one isn't in here, but I want you to try it and see what you notice. Be the moon, which is the reflector of the sunlight. It doesn't generate its own light, but it's a beautiful reflection of that sunlight. Be the moon. And one more. Be the stars. Be the stars. And then here's the affirmation. May the light of the sun illuminate my heart, that my heart may illuminate the world. So I'd like you to put your hands over your heart, and we're going to say it together. May the light of the sun illuminate my heart, that my heart may illuminate the world. Pretty cool, huh? So What stood out for you in that? If you want to put it in the feed, I'd love to see what about that chimed for you. For me, it was the first several lines. Transformation, take risks, face your fears, break out of old patterns. The moon brings me the most peace. That's beautiful. Awesome, awesome. Mother Moon. What I'm going to do with these first 4 lines is I'm going to make a commitment to myself and to all of you that I'm going to send out an email or 2 that moves forward my project, because I've been kind of sitting here waffling, not taking steps, doubting, yeah, butting, all that stuff, what ifing. So today I will send out those emails. What will you do today? Carolyn might spend some time when the moon comes up, or if the moon is still up by her, she might spend some time gazing at the moon. Some of you may want to have a conversation with the sun. Some of you may want to light the candle and stare into the flame for a meditation. What will you do today? Very timely. I loved being the sacred fire. Yes, yes, yes. Then choose that one. Choose that one, Cindy. Just spend more time being the sacred fire. You might want to spend a little time doing that and then journal about it. And then spend a little more time doing it and then journal about it. See what comes up. That's pretty cool. So, your mission today, should you wish to accept it, is to pick something out of this reading that you want to run with. It might be the taking risks. It might be facing fears. It might be pretending to be one of those sources of fire that we talked about, and just spend some more time in that, just enjoying that. Whatever you choose to do, know that you are capable of far more than you think you are. I will see you again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.